Please, everybody, put your hands together for the first storyteller.
No, you're not. All right, so this is unusual, and if the power comes on while I'm telling this story, just stay calm. It's just me right here, okay? All right, promises. So this story is about a buckled resolution and the power of youth and taking a leap into the unknown. 2008, my coworkers and I decided we were going to take a rafting trip on the Clackamas River in Oregon, and as a team building thing, and also as a way to celebrate one of the guys who was going to re-enlist in the Coast Guard. So re-enlistment is another 4 years, and for a lot of people, they like to do something special on their re-enlistment. They will do it on home plate at the Phillies Stadium, or somewhere that is special to them, or they have someone who re-enlists them that is special to them. So my buddy, he took his daughter with him, and so she joined our group. There was 18 of us, 6 to a raft. We had 3 rafts. She was about 12 years old, a great girl, and we were just having a blast. And I had never gone whitewater rafting before, so this was a new experience to me. And the plan was to raft downriver to a spot that the guides had told us was perfect for what we wanted to do. We got down there, and we beached the rafts after a couple rafts had already turned over, so that was fun too. But fortunately, it wasn't one of mine. The spot where we beached had a sharp incline where we hiked up to a kind of an open, flat area that sort of overhung the Clackamas River, and with a cliff edge to it. And so Chris was going to re-enlist there, and the plan was then to jump off the cliff into the river after he re-enlisted. And of course, we were going to follow along. And we were wearing wetsuits and, flotation and all this, because we're the Coast Guard and we wanted to make sure we're still alive. So I am afraid of heights. Not deathly afraid, but I'm afraid enough that it causes some serious consternation when I'm up there. And I don't get vertigo. I'm not really sure what it is, but I've heard a lot of things about the vertigo, and you get sick and everything. But I might get part of it because part of it has this fascination of jumping off, right? And so you look over the edge and you're like, what would happen if I really jumped? Which is a stupid thing when you're on the Golden Gate Bridge and you're like, maybe I shouldn't do that. I'm going to back away and keep walking. But that's part of the weirdness of the fascination and the sort of disconcerting effect of heights that it has on me. And I know this because when I first had this experience, I was hiking in the UP in Michigan, and I went down on a cliff, and my back foot caught on the upper cliff, and I went down on a ledge, and I was teetering over the edge, and it was probably about 200 feet down, straight down. And I don't know, I think the hand of God must have saved me, because I sat there for 30 minutes hyperventilating because I was sure I was going over. So this cliff here on the Clackamas River was probably 30 to 35 feet from the surface of the water. So now, when I'm 70 years old and I'm telling this story, I'm sure that these cliffs might be the size of the Dover Cliffs in England, as they figure, right? So, but I looked at a picture today just to satisfy my own curiosity and bring me back to a baseline. But so 30 to 35 feet, that's pretty reasonable. And so Chris does his re-enlistment thing, and then he and the officer who re-enlisted him jump off the cliff into the water. Everything's cool and everyone's clapping. And I'm like, and I had made a promise to myself along the river that I was going to do this thing. I was going to jump off of this cliff, and consequences be damned. I was going to maybe try and conquer the fear a little bit. So I made a promise to myself. And I'm up there, and of course there's a line forming now, because everyone wants to jump off the spot they jumped off of. People will follow a line anyway. It doesn't matter, right? One person's in line, 2 people, now 3. Oh, something's happening, let's get in line. We don't care what it is. We don't know what it is, but we'll just get in the line. So, and I can tell you this, in Paris, I was in line for the Louvre for 45 minutes before we all realized it was closed. And I'm nervous. I'm getting nervous to the point where the insides are churning a little bit. I'm shaking a little bit, and I'm going, damn it, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And one of the girls who's with us is a girlfriend of one of the other guys. And she gets up to the front. She's right in front of me, and she sits down on the ledge. And she goes, I don't know if I can do this. And this continued for about 5 minutes, and it seemed like 500 minutes. She would get up, and then she would sit back down. Now I've lost my nerve at this point, and I'm mad at her because I was ready to go. I was ready, okay, I'm doing it. So I'm very nervous, and I walk away. I'm like, damn it, I'm not going to do it. And I go over to Chris's daughter, Teresa, and she's just standing there. And to make conversation and make myself feel good, I said, are you going to jump? And she looks right at me, and she says, I'll jump if you jump. Now, anybody that says no, you better shred the man card and eat it right then and there, right? So I have this 12-year-old girl telling me she's going to jump with me if I jump. So the upshot of it was the girlfriend of the other guy, she finally got out of the way. She chickened out, got out of the way. It was a clear path for us. We held hands, and we ran, and we jumped off. And I fulfilled my promise, and I'm still here today.